L3 stands for love God, love people, and live like you mean it. The last one, live like you mean it. A lot of times we can love God and we can love people, but to live like you mean it actually is a little bit more difficult. So welcome to group today. First, we don't like to start off with a victory. What was your victory this week? Victory in L3 is defined as something, say I got mad about something, and normally I'm an angry person, but for whatever reason, instead of being angry, I helped resolve a situation or actually spoke about my feelings. That would be a victory for me. What was your victory? We'd like to start off with a couple of those, 3 or 4, before we move on to our topic. Tonight's topic, it's about intimacy. Sometimes I think that that's a cuss word, but I'm just keeping it real, you know? Like, I struggled with intimacy because I didn't know. Because in my background, I grew up with, I ran away from home when I was 12 years old, and so I didn't ever know what it was like to be coddled and held and, you know, grow up in a family setting or anything like that. So I struggled with it. I struggled with intimacy when it comes to when I got married. You know, it was a big word for me. But the more and more that I started to learn about what having an intimate relationship with God was about, I started to be able to uncover things about what true intimacy looks like. So tonight I'd just like to kind of go over a couple little things. I'm going to read Jeremiah 31, 2 through 5, and then we'll kick this thing off. Jeremiah 31, 2 through 5. This is what the Lord says. People who have survived the sword found favor in the wilderness. People that have survived the sword. How many things have you gone through in your life that you survived, that you were in the wilderness about? Felt alone, felt abandoned. When Israel went to find rest, the Lord appeared to him from far away. I have loved you with an everlasting love. God's love is everlasting. It's before us, with us, after us. Like, it's a love that doesn't change for each of us. So even though you were surviving the sword, going through the wilderness, God was still there loving and nurturing. It may have not seemed like it at times, but according to his word, this is what he was doing. And therefore, I have continued to extend faithful love. He's faithful to us in all our ups and downs, and our trials and our tribulations. And again, I will build you so that you will be rebuilt. Virgin Israel. You will take up your tambourines again and go out in joyful dancing. You will plant vineyards again on the mountains of Samaria. The planters will plant and will enjoy the fruit. So, through those trials and tribulations, God is with us, and he's rebuilding us and walking with us so that we can be fruitful again, so that we are growing each time, each step. So the first thing is skin to skin. I know. Skin to skin, right? What are y'all thinking about? You know? Because we're talking about what it's like to be intimate. You ever been a dad? I'm a dad, right? There's nothing more precious than having a baby pressed up against my chest, right? That's skin to skin. Now, that's intimate. It says skin to skin. There's a growing body of evidence that skin to skin contact after birth helps babies and their mothers. The practice calms and relaxes both the mother and baby, and dads, same thing. Regulates the baby's heartbeat and breathing, helping them better adapt to life outside the womb. When you're so close to somebody, like a baby was in the womb, and you're connected to your mom's heartbeat the whole entire time, that's what it is. That's intimate. The baby is inside the mother's womb, and when it becomes out, the first thing the heartbeat, the pounding, the beating of it, that's what it's like to be close to God, when you can hear the small whispers of his voice to tell you to move further. Spiritual intimacy can be defined as revealing your spirituality to your partner, which would be my wife in this case. Spiritual disclosure, and listening to your partner's disclosure in a supportive, key word here, supportive and non-judgmental fashion. My wife is going to be the best wife she can be when I'm the best supporter for her. She will grow into her purpose, and she will grow into the things that she can be great at. But it doesn't, if there's conflict all the time, whether it's, we don't mesh well. The roots of intimacy. The word intimacy is derived from the Latin intimus, meaning inner and inmost. To be intimate with another is to have access to comprehend. I give access to my wife. I am transparent with her about how I feel, what I think about, just like she is with me. Higher innermost character. In most Romance languages, the root word for intimate refers to the interior and the inmost quality of a person. So when it comes to intimacy, it's different than just having physical relations. Intimacy is allowing somebody to get to know you, to allowing God to be the barrier of what trust is through God's eyes, not through our own. So over the next 5 minutes, just take a couple minutes and journal out what it looks like in your life, and what does intimacy mean to you, or how does intimacy play a part in your life on a daily basis?